Hey yo, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Recovering from a tough Bulls loss last night. But we gonna find a way to bounce back. Question on the table today. Are the Bears done in free agency? Have they made all their signings? Have they done all that they plan on doing? Also, where the heck is Deshaun Watson gonna end up? And will the Jags throwing all this money into the docket pay big? Will the Jags throwing all this money in free agency pay big? Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. Y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports weekly. We don't want y'all to miss a thing, man, so make sure that y'all hit that bell. Let's get into the show, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. As always, for another live call, man. How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling today? It is Tuesday, March 15th. I'm still pissed off about last night. Still pissed off about last night. A lot of free agency stuff still going on around the NFL, man. A lot of names still out there on this market. But will the Bears be in on those names? Will the Bears be in on those names? That's the part, right, where you're trying to figure out who's going where. I'll tell you this right here. You just took a hit. You just took a hit. You just took a hit. Per sources, 20 minutes ago. I don't know if this is breaking news, but it's breaking news for this show. So let's get the sounder going. Starting to show off on the wrong foot for the Bears. Starting to show off on the wrong foot for the Bears. Breaking news right now. Breaking news right now. The Steelers are signing offensive lineman James Daniels to a 3-year, $26.5 million deal. Sources tell Mike Garofalo. You lose James Daniels. So not only did you not make a move, 11 offensive linemen moved yesterday. 11 offensive linemen moved yesterday. Not only did you not make a move for one, you in fact lost your best one. $26 million over 3 years? That's interesting. I feel like you could have got that one done. That's one of those, right, where you're like, now the question is, are there plans to legitimately ride out with these guys? With the guys they have, with the young guys in the draft. What are the Bears' plans here as we welcome in the man, the myth, the legend, formerly known as Ringo J, Stefan the Don, into the building. Steph coming through with the fresh cut.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's going on with you, my boy? Bears lose James Daniels, dog. Best offensive lineman they had on their line.
Oh, shoot.
Signed with the Steelers. I like how a lot of people are like, James Daniels. Oh, we passed on that one. We're good on that one. Y'all understand, like, James Daniels in 4 years has had like 4 penalties, right? Or in 3 years has had 4 penalties. Like, y'all understand He allowed 3 sacks last year, and over his career, he's allowed 5. Like, that's a really good offensive lineman you just let go. And it's hard to win when you don't have those good linemen in the building.
Clayton, what's up, man?
You definitely came through with the kid and play cut out of nowhere. We wasn't expecting that one.
This a regular cut I always get. Well, now.
It look a little, I don't know. It look a little, a little more sponged or something on top, man. I don't know, dog. It's looking a little, that's tough. That's tough.
But I was just looking at it. Yesterday I'm sitting up there, we driving and whatnot, but I'm like immediately soon as the show started, Deja was good. Soon as the show started, all these offensive tackles, boom, off the board. Bro, the first one I saw was no boom. I'm just like, oh well.
That was the one I was like, I don't see it. And I was like, there it is. That one hurts.
I'm like, bro, like, I don't know what they did. And the whole time I'm just like, all right, Ryan know what he doing. And then it's like, this person is on the bar. I'm like, we get to day 2, and it's like, oh, okay, Bozeman's still out there. Okay. Is he gonna get him though? Like, I don't know what's going on, because right now, it's looking like full tank job on offense.
And it's interesting, right? Because it's like now I'm trying to figure out what the plan is, because to make Justin Fields better, he does have to stand. He does have to be able to play the game of football. You know what I'm saying? He does have to be able to
absolutely right.
Not be on his back. And James Daniels was one of the guys that kept him off of his back. Now, it could be an attitude thing, right? James Daniels has never shown a great amount of emotion one way or the other. Maybe it's a mindset. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, Poles told you he wants those guys that got that dog in them. Poles told you he wants those guys that got that dog in them.
I mean, it's a lot of guys that got that dog in them right now.
But it's one of those, right? Like, he wants those guys on the line, like how Tevin Jenkins is. Tevin Jenkins is a very, like, it's 0 to 100. I'm going to inflict pain on another man.
You know
what I'm saying? Like,
we know what he about. Hey, Miguel, so I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if they're gonna sign Armstead. And this is the reason why. If the Saints are in on Deshaun, because like right now we hearing 14, just like the Saints, Panthers. I think they said the Steelers might still be in play.
Yeah.
And then somebody else. But if they're waiting no trade clause, Armstead is going to the Texans.
Here's some breaking news here. Let's get the sounder busting again. Breaking news that we have been a part of for a long time. My entire life, anyway. This man been balling. Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. I'm coming back, and we got the
Andrew Whitworth announces his retirement from the NFL. Andrew Whitworth will go out an NFL Super Bowl champion, which means Jacob Noteboom will have the opportunity to start at left tackle for the Los Angeles Rams coming into this season. Jacob Noteboom, absolutely a dog. Congratulations to that brother there, man. Congratulations in order to that brother there.
Hey. That's good.
I feel like that's a move we saw coming anyway.
Right.
So it doesn't change too much for me, but now you know that the Rams are also trying to re-up on that offensive line. Now you know there's a lot of teams, right, trying to re-up on that offensive line. And so to me, like, to ask, are the Bears done here, would say that you're going to the draft for a lot, and that means you're going to put a lot of young pieces possibly in front of Justin Fields, and I don't know if that's the answer.
I mean, honestly, bro, that looks to be the truth. Yeah, that was the one team I missed. Thank you, Mike. It was the Browns, because the Browns are not a realm of possibility. I mean, they already came out and said that they're not gonna pay Baker past this season. So
Browns are now in
yeah,
on the
Deshaun. So
Deshaun.
yeah,
Falcons are now in
so
on
I wouldn't
hey, the Deshaun sweepstakes is speeding up quickly.
yeah, so I wouldn't be opposed to see that happen. I'm just like, I don't know what the plan is, because it's like all the offensive linemen that we've seen, and we talked about, and y'all have, pounded the table for, and the combine. Sorry to tell you, they're going first round.
And that's the part you gotta
Evan
ask,
Neal's
right?
going first round.
Yeah.
Equanu's going first round.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
and the crazy thing about it is, because I mean, we talked about it yesterday. The Giants filled up but both of their guard spots with fantastic gets yesterday. So now you know that they're going into the draft with that fifth pick. I fully expect us to pick up Iquanu. They're gonna play him at attack. They're gonna play him at the tackle position. We already got Andrew Thomas from a couple years back. So I mean, that's gonna fill up our offensive tackles, and I'm looking at the offensive tackles for
Y'all re-signing Nate Soldier?
I'm not gonna lie to you. If you do, I'm gonna just tell you that's on you. That's on you. Why? Watch them for 3 years. Belichick was like, look, I'm gonna give you 16 M's. You're just not gonna play here. So I'm telling y'all right now, that's if y'all do that, I mean, that's on y'all.
That and now it's right. It's like, where's the plan going? Where because right, like if you want to fix the line in the draft, for you to be able to do that, you would have to move up so far. Are we gonna see polls possibly gamble here? Are we gonna see polls try to move up in the draft to go get somebody that can stand in front of Justin Fields? Or is this a move like Joel said yesterday, and I stole his idea, but like Joel said yesterday, where you just trust Tevin Jenkins at that left tackle position, and you think that that's going to be enough, that you're not going to have to overpay? Because at this point, right, I feel like Terran Armstead thought he was going to be the number one offensive lineman going. He was going to get the most money. He was going to get right. Like now we're in the wait and see mode. I think there's going to be some time that goes by because there wasn't a clear cut deal in place right away. And so to me now, I'm like, okay, if Terran Armstead's value is falling here, do you get him at more of a discounted price in that situation? You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's the wait and see. But it's crazy to see, like, man, the James Daniels news really surprised me today. I'm not gonna lie to you. The James Daniels news really surprised me today. I was not expecting the Bears not to get him back.
Right. Nah. It's nah. It's crazy, because, like I said, I mean, even now, I'm following Roquan on Twitter. I'm following all these dudes on Twitter, and it's just like, all right. Cause hey, at first, I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. Cause at first, I'm looking at it, and this was like 10 minutes before free agency started. Roquan was like, "God, I just spent the last 40 minutes looking at my phone," and it went from that to like 2 hours later. He was like, "Yo, we not making no
Oh,
moves."
oh, Russ getting some help over here on the defensive end. We got breaking news. Pass rusher Randy Gregory pulling a U-turn. He's agreeing to terms with the Broncos for Vic Lombardi. The deal with the Cowboys has fallen apart. Our first free agency plot twist. This is what I've been waiting for, right? All the handshake agreements that come in every single time. Oh yeah, I'll be there. Hey, I love you guys, and then somebody's just like, "Hey man, you suck." Oh yeah, I'm gone.
Hey, nah, that's like when you're supposed to go to the function. Hey, you getting ready?
Hey,
Whole
no,
time you in the bed.
hey, that's exactly what that was. That was one of those where everybody's at the function waiting on you. It's like, yeah, you coming? Yeah, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Hey man, I ain't gonna make it.
I'm not making that.
As the pettiest man alive enters the building, kid, what's going on with you, my boy?
What's happening, fellas? Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say this, and you know people are gonna disagree with it. I know, but the Deshaun Watson saga, which is we're expecting to see something this week, is holding up a lot of major moves for some teams. It's not just the simple fact that it's the name itself moving; it's the capital involved. You got to think whoever acquires them, whether it be Saints or the Panthers, because those are the only two teams he's waived there's no trade clause for. They got to give up a haul.
We'll see. We'll see. He's supposed to be meeting with the Falcons now. He's meeting with the Browns today. There might be some teams added to that list, man. I'll tell you right now.
The Browns are the only team I would say has a real legit shot of not having to give up a whole lot because Baker Mayfield still has a market. Is Baker Mayfield Deshaun Watson? No, but does he have a market? Absolutely.
Well, you're still giving up a lot, dog. Baker don't make nowhere near the money Deshaun do. But you could send back a Baker Mayfield to the Texans along with a defensive piece or something like that, and they can feel like they're moving in the right direction with anchors on both sides of the field. And now the Browns are able to get their quarterback in the building. That's gonna be interesting to see. I'll say this, right? Like, there's a better chance to me.
What's up, bro?
For Deshaun to end up on a team where he can come in and already have the weapons there, right? Like, the Saints have been up and down health-wise and just in agreement with playing. Like, Michael Thomas has basically said he don't want to be there. Alvin Kamara hasn't been healthy. Michael Thomas hasn't been healthy. Like, the Saints is, to me, like, if you make that move, dog, like, all right, you plan on being on the same team for the next few years. The Panthers is an interesting one to me, but Christian McCaffrey's never healthy. But I guess, you got Robbie. Is Robbie Anderson still there?
Robbie Anderson's still there. DJ Moore's still there. But
Robbie Anderson's still there.
They missing some pieces on the defense. And the thing is, you got but look. You can put that on the screen. Can I break it down?
Break it down. But guess what? If by tomorrow morning they still got $60 million in cap, we're doing something wrong.
I get it.
On the contender side, Torian asks, "What are the Colts doing, sitting on $69 million in cap with no QB?"
All right. So look, I got it right. Yeah. So they messed up by not having a succession plan with Carson and letting them walk. But the problem is, you still got to go back. They don't even know what they're doing essentially because T.Y.'s up there in age and injury history. Michael Pittman is cool. I mean, you got the line, but I mean, outside of that, they lost some pieces defensively. So it's like you got DeForest Buckner. And then so essentially you walking right back, if I'm Deshaun, into this is the Texans, but also the Texans won't trade him to the Colts no matter what. Because I'm not trading him to my rival.
Deshaun's not a part of that at all.
Yeah, I'm not trading him to my rival.
Hey, I respect
it. So they gotta sit on that.
Hey, I respect that. That man said, hey, they said, hey, so Deshaun's available. You think we could talk to them?
No.
No?
Hey, you know what's funny? This comment here. But anybody remember what Bill did with 150 million in cap? Hey,
Here's
Bill
let me.
over 2 days was like, get everybody. Like they signed everybody in like
Yeah.
2-3 days span. When free agency hit. Nah, dog. When you got this
But
much
to
money and you
answer,
need a QB, that phone needs to be percolated. I mean, hey, listen, they need to be in on Baker
Who's
Mayfield.
the
Hey,
QB
listen,
you calling? You can't trade cap space, bro.
dog. I know you can't trade cap space, but they need to do something. They need to go and land their QB and then use this cap space to sign as many other free agents as possible. They need to be on it. Hey, listen, I got a bunch of people over here. Jonathan Taylor's available.
sign who? All right, don't do drugs. Don't
Name
do
the
that.
last time a running back has carried you has like one.
Why would he be available? He just led the league in rush.
Because it's a running back and Pat don't like running backs. Hey, listen,
but that's
the ceiling
also
for running backs is 2-3 years,
like,
baby.
This is
one
the
man,
difference,
one beat.
though. No, this is the difference. This is the difference. I don't like paying running backs. Jonathan Taylor's also not going to net you a great starting
Bro, that
quarterback.
man is still
There's
22 years old.
There's no quarterback that's going to get moved for a running back in the NFL because the NFL agrees with me. But
NFL agrees with you.
But the other problem with that is I don't mind a running back being there when he's on a deal like Jonathan Taylor's
Hold on, time out.
on
The
year
Panthers
2.
absolutely had a package with Christian McCaffrey and some picks for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, but you know what the problem with that is? Christian McCaffrey
And he was better at the time than Jonathan Taylor.
Christian
He has
McCaffrey
missed 23 games in 2 seasons.
Yeah, like I'm not. You can have a package put together. That don't mean I'm sending it. Like you see, Deshaun didn't go nowhere. Like, you can package Christian McCaffrey together all you want. You know what I'm gonna tell you to do? Shove it where the sun don't shine. Like he ain't played none. Running backs rarely do
Like
running backs.
that would be a finesse of a trade.
Yeah, that'll be a P Kid getting Hollywood Brown trade right there. That
I can say whatever I want to about my takes.
Hey,
I know how to
that'll
deal.
be me pulling off Kyle Pitts right there, my boy. That's what that'll be. Like running backs rarely get dealt a serious injury and come back the same guy. Todd Gurley was the best running back legitimately 4 years ago. He is 28 years old, y'all.
Let's see what Barkley can do.
You know what I'm saying? Like Saquon Barkley, maybe. That very few. Like
Saquon Barkley is the anomaly. I feel like he can get back.
Like think about the dudes that come back from major injury and are the same back. We're talking about like Adrian Peterson.
But he was an anomaly.
Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry had what was his?
No, Derrick Henry. If you want to use the word anomaly, Derrick Henry is an anomaly. Adrian Peterson is too, though, just because of his longevity and stuff like that.
The Broncos just tweeted out, surprise. Hey, that's a big get for them. I'm not gonna lie to you. Randy Gregory going to the Broncos and not Dallas. Dallas is that's a move right there that could spiral you in free agency.
Hey, but then if you look at it though, well, you know what though? I'm not mad at Randy Gregory. Get your money, because did you see the deal that Dallas was trying to pay him? It was like a 2-year, $13 million deal.
Oh yeah, and then it was like the reason the deal fell through, according to Ian Rappaport, Dallas insisted on contract language that protected the team and not Gregory, and he didn't like that, so he's heading out.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and take these 5 years.
So the Broncos get their QB, they get their they get some tackles, they get a guard, they get a defensive tackle. They made moves immediately to still be in playoff or Super Bowl contention.
Well, to get back in.
They're not the best team in the division on paper.
And no, here's the thing, y'all. Von's probably going back to Denver.
I believe that. You don't tweet out, I want that old thing back.
Back to Denver.
You don't tweet out, I think I want that old thing back, and not be serious.
But then you saw Russ tweet out tell Bobby to slide too.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he told Bobby to slide.
Rechargeable says, "Do you re-sign Monty?" You don't want me to answer that, bro. As a Bears fan,
I'm gonna answer it for him. No. Khalil Herbert is in the building. No.
Yeah, y'all don't want me to answer that. Hey, I'm recycling through running backs every 3.5 years.
Come on now. I've been doing this with this dude a long time. I seen him doing
running backs kickers out here. Bro, we never go get a running back on this show because of me. We'll never get a running back on this show because of me.
I need you to stop that because some of those running backs are the easiest people to get on a show.
Hey, you know why? Because they 29 years old, not in the NFL.
Well, okay. Hey, here's the thing. But if you keep trashing them, they're not going to be on the show. All right.
Hey.
Listen, you know what's the best way for you to appropriately say? You know what? That position just doesn't bring as much longevity as the rest of them. Therefore, I wouldn't necessarily build around it, but they're absolutely important part of an offense. That's a much better way of saying, yeah, I wouldn't pay for them.
Hey, they are an important part of the offense when they're young and cheap.
Come on, Matt. You can't say stuff like that.
That's facts, though.
They are an important part of the offense when they're young and cheap. Like,
yeah. Hey, Matt Forte. I remember what year was that? Like Matt Forte was like 55% of the Bears offense.
No, 25. Matt Forte was different because legitimately Matt Forte was all of our offense. He was our leading receiver, our leading rusher, and he was a heck of a blocker. He was a better blocker than most of the offensive linemen on the team. Like, there's different values on running backs, though. Like, there's some of us that's just like, here we go. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure this out. And then there's other muds that it's like, man, I am going to squeeze every amount of rush out of you that I can. And then we're going to find your replacement.
Here's the thing. That's a good question. So he doesn't like Walter Payton. No, he loves Walter Payton, but Walter Payton was also a once-in-a-lifetime football player.
Walter Payton was a once-in-a-lifetime running back. Walter Payton, hey, you see how I just talked about Matt Forte? Now multiply that by 7.
When you have that type of production, you're in a different category.
Walter Payton has a better passing touchdown highlight than Jim McMahon does. Walter Payton was legitimately.
He has a better what?
He has a better passing touchdown highlight than Jim McMahon does. They ran a flea flicker to Walter, and Walter looked like he absolutely could have been the QB of our team.
I gotta go watch that.
I'm sorry about that, man. You know how running backs normally do that, like drop back and they just like throw that mug with all they might, or like Odell does like the jump pass. Walter Payton was like, hold on, let me. I was like, did he just throw a dot?
Okay. I know which play you're talking about. What is he talking about? I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, Walter has better passing highlights than doggone Jim McMahon do, and I love Jim McMahon. But listen, Walter Payton is different. There's certain running backs that are different, but I tell you what, you can find them mugs cheap.
The way Pat is about running backs, I'm like that with a bunch of quarterbacks, and I haven't been wrong so far. The only one that you all kill me on is Trubisky. It's like, we're going to find out this season. We're going to find out this season. I don't care about nothing else. We're going to find out.
Well, I mean, you're kind of wrong, dog, because you also said, like, Jared Goff is better than we think, and he's not.
Jared Goff is better than we think.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
That man
you all make it seem like Jared Goff is, like, literally Mike Glennon, and he ain't.
He close. Hey, he close.
Damn. Listen.
Difference between Jared Goff and Mike Glennon is Kyle Shanahan. Like,
Jared Goff is not that guy.
Okay, there's a difference between not being that guy and being complete trash. Like, he's not trash by any stretch of the imagination. On top of that, let me mute you for a second. On top of that, he did have like some pretty decent seasons. So it's like, I mean, I'm not saying he's like a world breaker. He's not. But he's not we got him, that's all is lost. if you all use the word game manager, he can be a really above average game manager. And his statistics kind of show that he's an above average game manager. Like Jared Goff could be in the same thing, same category of a Jimmy G. Not necessarily going to get you completely over the top, but may not actually do you harm if you build a team around him. And he showed that with the Rams. With the Rams, he didn't do them a whole lot of disservice. They were able to still progress to progress. They didn't get over the top. He's not Matthew Stafford by any stretch of imagination. But he was able to at least keep them in playoff contention. Mike Glennon ain't getting you to the playoffs.
Here's the thing, right? There's certain times where you're just a player on the field. He's a player on the field. When your team can absolutely say, you know what our best chance at winning is, that it do crack me up about Kid. Like, Kid do have these stances on these quarter. Kid love the underdog quarterback for some reason.
I don't love the underdog quarterback. The facts and what the narratives are don't always align. Like, you are a Russell Westbrook guy. And I told you a long time ago, he's not a winning point guard. And you were like, nope, look at this. I was like, yeah, I did look at it. He ain't that great. He just has a lot of stats, but he doesn't have a skill set that like will get you over the top. It never has worked. And you're like, nope, that's not true. Well, now he doesn't have a skill set. His athleticism is waning and he can't shoot. Like
this the thing with these quarterbacks you like though.
I don't have an attachment to them.
They all literally are the dudes that their teams go, you know, our best chance of winning, you throw the ball 10 times and we'll have our best chance to win this game. Every single one of them. And those are the dudes you love the most.
Mac Jones won the game throwing the ball 3 times.
Hey, Kirk Cousins. Well, no, I ain't gonna say Mac Jones.
Time out.
Mac Jones
can't use Mac Jones throwing the ball 3 times when it was a freaking blizzard and wind going against where he was throwing.
That's smart.
Come on, dog. Hey, Bill was like, this ball is not. Hey, the only thing I'm more impressed is the other team threw it a little more. They did it outside of that, that was a running game through and through.
They did it with Baker though.
Ball in that game. Who were they playing that game, bro?
I think they were playing the Bills.
It was like 25 mile an hour. You know what? That's why. That's why. If you ever seen Josh Allen throw a football in regular weather, it probably just slowed his pass down to normal pass speed. If we being honest with you,
that man has
Josh Allen be like, oh, I see you, Stephon. Hold up.
Hey, nah, that mess was like that. I think they kept saying they kept getting mad because like he kept throwing the ball and when it would hit him in the hands like the ball was so stiff.
Mike Davidson said that was Bills versus Pats in Buffalo. Hey, dog, legitimately, it probably just slowed down Josh Allen's pass to how everyone else passes the ball, bro.
The funny thing is, you say I'm like Chris said, I'm the Patriots say the trash QBs. You know the interesting thing about Jared Goff with no protection and being on the trash Lions, he had a 67% completion ratio.
I mean, yeah, I would be too if I was throwing the ball to T.J. Hockenson and nobody else.
Yeah, a lot of
time out. That's what you can't do. Like that right there, I'm gonna be respectfully is a dumb take. Like if you say if I'm throwing to, guess what? Aaron Rodgers throws to Devontae Adams every freaking time. We don't sit there and say if I'm throwing to Devontae Adams. Tom Brady threw to all the time. Tom Brady loved Gronk so much. Gronk retired to make sure he landed back with Brady so he could catch them TDs. Guess what? We don't sit there and say I can throw to Gronk every time. Guess what?
But
is this true? Is this fact?
But it's very different passes, my boy. Hold on. Dang, don't put it on the screen if we don't know if it's fact yet.
I'm asking. It's a question. It's a question. Is that hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know how to pronounce this name. You look like you could box, but in this arena, it's my arena. I will block you if you're wrong.
Yeah,
how you block somebody?
I don't know. I don't see it reported nowhere. That would be weird.
That's suspicious.
Check Shefty here.
That's suspicious.
I got nothing from Shefty, but we do got a breaking news signing by a former Chicago Bear here. Hold on. You know what? Out of respect for his time here, I give him the breaking news sounder. Veteran quarterback Chase Daniels signing back with the Chargers on a 1-year deal. $2 million. Man, I wish I could be a backup quarterback in this NFL. And that's the end of it. I ain't gonna give you the full sounder, Chase. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Yeah, dog. I don't think that's facts, my boy. I don't see that nowhere. Baki ain't tweeted it to me. Shefty ain't tweeted it.
Hey, don't be like the dude when I was in Florida, bro. He lied to me and said we got DeMar. And
Hey, listen.
But we got DeMar.
That's on you. He said, remember when he was down in Florida, somebody told him that the Heat got DeMar.
Yeah.
He was like, we putting the band back together, bro. We putting the band back.
We got DeMar.
I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, Heat just got DeMar. And I was like, they did not. He just signed a 4-year deal with the Chicago Bulls. Oh, man, they got me, bro.
No, but it was the fact other people was in the line and I just yelled that out. And then Buddy just walked out with his ice cream and just dipped. And there was a wet flow sign right there. I hope you would have fell on that wet floor sign. That would have been justice because that was just like, why would you do that? Why?
Yeah, you definitely got.
Why would you do
that? You definitely got on that.
Why would you do that?
Oh man.
You know what? Since we're going in on this one, I just gotta ask. Since I'm supposedly a patron saint of trash QBs, this QB's been getting trashed a lot. Do you think Baker Mayfield is trash?
No.
I don't think that Baker's trash. I feel like he just gotta.
What do you think the market for Baker Mayfield is? I'm just curious.
He just got to get in the right system.
Those teams that the same market that there was for Carson Wentz. Those teams that are in such
that's low. God,
are in such a quarterback. Well, no, because it's the thing, right? Like you have Carson have it that MVP season. Carson last season just wasn't a great leader. Do I think that people overrate Baker sometimes? Yeah, I think that people think that Baker Mayfield can be on the same level as Patrick Mahomes, and that's cap. But do I think that Baker Mayfield is the bottom of the NFL? I think Baker Mayfield is modern day Eli.
Do you think Baker Mayfield is better than Jared Goff?
Yes.
Yeah, no, he's better than Jared Goff.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, he's better than Jared Goff.
I don't think so.
You know why? Because I feel like you can get now. Do I feel like Baker's along with the Kirk Cousins, like in that same range, like those guys that you can give them enough to say, here, make these passes.
I think all three QBs exist in that space.
I mean, if we're ranking them right,
the difference between this is if Kirk Cousins
15 to 25.
Kirk is 1.
They're in the 15 to 25.
Goff is 3.
I think Baker Mayfield takes more risk than Goff, but they're all within the same realm.
No.
That's the only difference between Baker and Goff. He takes more risk. Hey, listen, you miss every shot you don't take. I'm all for you airing it out. I really am. You gotta put it up there. You gotta take a shot. Goff may not take that shot. Kirk Cousins is on the fence for taking that shot, which is why Minnesota's having a hard time with him. Like Kirk Cousins is perfect for getting you to the playoffs. He's not perfect for winning the Super Bowl, but he could get you to the playoffs.
Say it again. You said who's having a hard time with Kirk?
Minnesota. Minnesota's having a hard time with Kirk because he's too good to let go, but he's not good enough to win.
Hey, well, shoot, Justin Jefferson ain't crying about it. I'll tell you that.
Of course. But I'm just saying, like that's the space they exist in. They're too good to just say.
I said Justin Jefferson made Kirk look good. They absolutely did hit Justin Jefferson on a couple of them little. Hey, let me just get this out to you 2 yards, and Justin Jefferson to turn it into a 70-yard touchdown. Justin Jefferson is just that good of a wide receiver, dog. Like there's some of those, and I'm not. Here's the thing, right? It's okay to be that guy in the NFL. That's what fans don't understand. Like
you're in the NFL. You're
it's
one of the best athletes in
that.
the world.
Not even that. Well, I don't know about that. I feel like there's a lot of mugs that can play that just they don't get to that level. Like there's so much mental that goes into it. I think that's what every sport. Like everybody believes like these players should make it.
That's part of being an athlete.
But the mental part, everybody cannot deal with.
That's part of being an athlete.
That's a huge part of being an athlete. And so, like, I'm trying to see here.
If everyone who was physically
we do got breaking news here. We do got breaking news. Oh, we got a market shift coming, y'all. The safety market is shifted. Marcus Williams agrees to terms with the Baltimore Ravens on a 5-year deal for $70 million. Big market shift. Heading over to the AFC North. What do y'all feel about that one? Adding to that Baltimore defense over there.
I mean, I feel like it was an upgrade over Trey Clark.
That's a given.
You know what I'm saying? Really great safety. I expected this to happen because the Saints can't pay him.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where this will put them because I still think Cleveland is better. I think Cincinnati. And I feel like that's the one team we didn't talk about with Cincinnati. Cincinnati got exponentially better.
Yeah, going out there
on the offensive line yesterday.
Yes.
Do you think this impacts Deshaun's decision of considering New Orleans?
Fam, he should have never been considering New Orleans to me.
Why? They're broke.
They're not like legitimately like they're so far over the cap they can't bring
their
back.
MC Hammer broke. I keep trying to say it, like they have no money.
Hey, listen. The one thing I would say, and I appreciate everyone for like thinking I'm this super genius. Creative accounting in the leagues now is far beyond anything that I've comprehended because for some odd reason you can sign people to these max contracts and instead of putting it on paper, you give them signing bonuses. Yeah. So I can give you these bonuses that will negate me actually having you as a salary and cap hit on paper. And so because of that flexibility, the world is theirs. I mean, it's all about how much you're just willing to spend and give up front. So
yeah. The problem is, right, like it's not just the signing. Like if it's a signing, it makes sense because you can keep people there. You're talking about a trade, and you're losing a lot of your key pieces to free agency that you could trade. You're losing your best offensive lineman, which you might wanted to have that guy for Deshaun Watson to stand behind him, but they don't have the money to bring him back because they know the market is going to be high on him. You just lost your best safety. Your star wide receiver doesn't really want to be there. Your running back has had injury issues, and Alvin Kamara. Y'all know when the injuries start to pile up. Now Kamara, when he's on the field, is legitimately a game-changing running back. This
man had what 7 touchdowns in the game? Come on,
bro. He's a game-changing running back. Like, he's ridiculous. But the problem comes in where you have to trade pieces to get Deshaun in there. And it's not going to be enough to just trade picks at this point because there's teams that have players on the table as well. So now you're talking about, okay, do you even have the capital to get Deshaun? And if you do have the capital to get Deshaun, Deshaun's coming to a bare cupboard.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That part right there doesn't. I'm not swayed whether what he's coming to. I think Deshaun at this point is just trying to get away from the Texans with an organization that allows him to be him and will have the opportunity to build around him eventually. We need to stop with the notion that hey, he wants to go to a team that's going to be that's not his market anymore. You want to know why? 22 civil cases and a looming suspension. He will be suspended. He will now, whether that's 4, 6, or 8 games is yet to be, but he will be suspended. No matter who he goes to, he's not going to be available for a good chunk of the season.
If he got acquitted, he shouldn't be suspended.
No, he's. I don't think he's going to get suspended. My only caveat to what you said is this:
if you didn't suspend,
you can't say that he's not trying to go. You're not tripping off of what he's going to. Because he absolutely wanted to go to Miami because they had the pieces and players in place for them to win now.
Yeah.
Like, That was his first choice. Miami, the owner just didn't want him. So he fully knows what he wants. So I'm not finna sub dance because when he leaves, he's trying to contend now. He not trying to sit back and wait.
Prodigy, Roy, who else said it? Let's put this on paper. I guarantee you he gets suspended at least 4 games.
I doubt it.
Nope.
There's no reason to suspend him now. If you were going to suspend him, that time's passed. You could have put him on the commissioner's exempt list.
Because guess what? He has 22 civil cases, and 9 times out of 10, he's going to have a settlement. When you settle, at that point, it's not. People are not going to say it's an admission of guilt because he couldn't be processed criminally. But you're trying to make it go away at this point. The optics look bad. The NFL has to do something. It's too high profile. It's too many cases. You all are looking at it from the wrong lens. You're looking at Adrian Peterson with his 1 case versus 22 cases, 22 potential that almost went criminal. Like, it's a lot. It ain't just like one person said it. It's a lot. Whether they did it or not is different. It's the optics. It's still a business. You're going to get some type of reprimand for it. He sat, yes, he still got paid. That's a difference.
No, but what I'm saying is normally in these
paid
situations,
to sit.
Yeah, normally in these situations,
when you're suspended, you're not paid.
I get what you're
suspend
saying,
him.
I get what you're saying, but normally when these situations come up, even when something is pending, you put him on the commissioner's exempt list, so he's basically just gone. Go away, get out.
You can't put him on the exempt list because it's a bunch of he say, she say. Now we're getting some finality.
And because we've seen people get put on that list for he say, she say many a time.
If he settles those civil lawsuits, which is the course of action that most people tend to take just to make things go away. In fact, if you all remember, Miami was like, is he going to settle? They were okay with dealing with that because they knew that's how you make it go away. Hey, listen, don't kill the messenger. Just do the research.
I get you. I'm just telling you I disagree with you.
Hey, I don't see it, but
I mean, he might be. Listen,
he not holding these meetings for no reason.
Well, for me, I
he's holding these meetings because he's a premier quarterback.
He's gonna be.
Well, I mean,
just like Antonio Brown can walk off the field, is gonna end up in a
but
jersey next week.
You can best believe he's probably looking at it with the ability, like, I'm trying to contend as soon as I get there.
Yeah, I feel like
Big Ben has a very different color advantage too. Let's throw that out there. I ain't wrong.
But even with that, like Big Ben did get suspended, but only after the second time, which is also a wild. Hey, listen, which is also a wild statement to make in itself.
Well, it was the era in which we were living. That was like late 2010, late 2000s. Right?
Hey, I felt like freaking when they was when Chris Rock was talking about Michael Jackson with Big Ben. Another case. Thought it was Groundhog Day when I heard that.
So Big Ben got 6 games. Was he found guilty?
He got suspended. No, settled.
Not found guilty, but he got suspended
in both cases.
So he was acquitted, not found guilty, still got suspended.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the first time Big Ben had the digs, no suspension.
Bills.
Second time Big Ben had the digs, suspension.
So real quick, breaking news: Bills got J.D. McKissick.
Hold on. We gotta do it right, my boy. We gotta do it right. You can't be. Come on now. We ain't got the sounder for no reason. Here we go. Breaking news. What's going on, Steph? What's happening?
Bills land J.D. McKissick from the Washington Commanders, 2 years, $7 million deal. Matt Breida is out of here.
J.D. McKissick, 2-year deal, $7 million. No Breida then, right?
No Breida. Singletary.
I like Breida too, man. He's nice little back.
Breida's cool.
Fam,
cool. I mean, unless you're trying to run a 3-back system.
Hey, listen. Look at the Bills, dog. There's so many running backs on that team, dog. Talk about we don't care.
So many.
Y'all Muggs kill me for my viewpoint on running backs, and I'm like, look at what the league does. Look at what the NFL does with these mugs, dog. Like they gave this man 2 years, $7 million. Oh, by the way, upside of $8 million. So you get $7 million, but if you play the best football we've ever seen in your life, we'll give you one more. Don't kill me. Look at the NFL for what it is. And yet y'all keep taking these running backs in the first round.
Yeah.
I hate to agree with him. It took me 2 years.
Listen, and I like the players, but I'm just telling y'all, like, it's because of how much they take. Like, you got to think, most of these running backs usually, like, there's the rare Carlos Hyde, somebody that's just jacked at the running back position, Ezekiel Elliott. But usually those mugs get hit so much and they're on the smaller side anyway that their bodies can't hold up.
3 to 5 years is the trajectory.
No, that's true. I mean, and then the thing is, we kind of seen that. I mean, the first time I actually started paying attention to it, I remember the Cowboys had just got the line.
Yeah.
Because Tony Romo was like, listen, we need to revamp the line. I'm getting hit. Then they brought in like 3-4 all pros. DeMarco Murray gets behind the line. 2 straight, almost 2,000-yard seasons.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones gets rid of him, goes to the Eagles, trash.
And it's one of those things that you have to be realistic. Like, you can love the players, but you also got to be realistic about what they bring to the team. If you bring something that's replaceable, guess what? You play a sport where you're very easily replaceable. Like, even when kid looks at Lamar Jackson and says he's not the best quarterback on his team because there's a comparable trait sitting behind him. I don't know if I agree with him all the time, but
if you moved away from him, you wouldn't see much of a drop off. I do believe Huntley has it.
They lost. I'm standing by.
They lost with Lamar, so I mean, it doesn't matter.
They lost with Lamar.
I was gonna say they also lost with Lamar.
They lost with Lamar.
They lost because he wasn't there. They lost 6 of their last 8 games because he got hurt.
How many Super Bowls does Lamar have?
Bro, if Huntley was
you
that
he
dude,
has more playoff wins than Huntley.
No. He doesn't have any. If Huntley was that dude, like you said, they would have still been a playoff contender. That's all I'm saying.
His first year under center, you gonna do that?
Hey, you said it was that dude, right? He comparable, right?
So here's what I don't like about you, Ringo. I'm gonna just go ahead and throw this out here, okay? Because you be ticking me off. You be ticking me off, dog. I'm sorry. You have the most unreasonable expectations for people, and then you have these narratives. Like,
what?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. For one, I hate anyone. I hate anyone after a year.
Stop.
Hold on. I hate anyone whose argument consists of, if I was throwing to such and such all the time, name any elite quarterback. They had their favorite target and they dotted that person up down the field every freaking rip. Drew Brees without Michael Thompson did not look the same. He did. He had his favorite. He had his favorite target and he dinked him down the thing. That's all I'm saying. If he needed to get a playoff, guess what? Patrick Mahomes without Kelsey or Hill doesn't look the same. You got to have targets and you have your favorites. So guess what? To sit there and say, well, if I was just throwing to this person, it's just stupid as hell. It's not even stupid. It's stupid as hell.
Listen.
On top of that, I didn't sit there and say, I didn't sit there. As it stands right now, if you traded away,
he's like 70%.
I'm not saying they should.
Offense, bro.
I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying if you traded away Lamar Jackson, Huntley is not a hard drop.
This is the same person that's trying to get rid of P. Will after a season and a half. Because he ain't getting enough boards.
Hey, tell me what P. Will has done to make me keep him.
Defense, which is something that
the
Bulls apparently need right now.
Who was I trying to trade him for?
Huntley hasn't done too much to keep him either, though.
Like,
hold on.
What are we
opportunities
about right now?
P. Will started the whole season. I was trying to trade him for a much better person at his position.
I understand it. I understand it, but we also not gonna act like this man, Lamar Jackson.
You went to a whole different sport, which is another stupid assessment right there. Like, you can't go to a different sport. Like,
Kids,
I was trying to trade P. Will for a much better version of P. Will.
Bro, you do that all the time.
You get mad at me for being you. How that work?
Bring it here. Bring it here. Bring it here.
You got mad at me for being you.
I got mad at you for being
you.
How? How?
We essentially do the same thing.
Hey, round one, Ringo. Round one, Ringo. He won that one.
He won that for a stupid bar. He been getting cooked this whole time. How do you sit there and say that?
Hey, that's a bar, dog. That's a bar. You said you can't go to a stupid sport. That's a dumb take. I'm like, you do that all the time.
He sat there and said I was trying to get rid of P. Will, who started the entire season, compared to someone who's coming as a back, who got hired as a backup and had his opportunity. You can't compare the two. Not even comparable.
Essentially, you upset at me for being you, bro. I'm just saying.
I'm not upset at you for being me. You want to be me. I get that, but you can't.
No.
That's the difference. You can't. That's the difference. I'm always going to have a lane. You got to get cartwheels out. Stop it.
If you really want to look at it, you got to look at it.
That was priceless. Mike Davis plays MJ's man in the mirror. Hey, Ringo, I give you that one. That was hey. Welcome to the Octagon.
If you say it was a bar, I'll go with crowd opinion. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I still would have traded P. Will for Jeremy Grant. I absolutely would have.
Oh, dog, that was funny, man.
I would have packaged them and shipped them on out. I would have.
Let me ask y'all this.
Easy
man.
money. Easy money.
Let me ask y'all this for no reason. If the Bears don't make another move in this free agency period, how would you grade their free agency? How would you grade what would be your expectations from them moving forward, knowing they're probably going to end up riding with rookies and young guys to be those pieces that fill out this roster minus a few glue guys. You know what I'm saying? You're still trying to bring back Roquan might play out on his 5th-year deal. I don't know if they're going to sign him early or not, but maybe they might sign him next season. If you are trying to get guys in here now to compete now, how do you grade this free agency?
I would give it a C-. I like the Larry Ogunjobi find. I like the signing. He's definitely the first person off the ball every time. He was doing that in Cleveland with Myles Garrett, so that was definitely a good get. This whole thing has been planned around getting help for Justin, and legit, it's like all the offensive tackles are off the board.
Yeah, you
like
lost
every single offensive tackle that we brought up and is off the board. Yeah. So it's like now, if you go into the draft, the offensive tackles you need are at the top of the draft. Like, so who's gonna be at 39? Who's gonna do this? I mean, you still looking for your third down guy. Essentially, right now, I had to give it a C-, man.
What's your thoughts,
C-.
I can't call it now. Like, we have so many pieces that we need, and we really have not addressed the glaring issue on our line.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to see who he drafts, if that's where he's going. And then at this point, I have nothing but time to wait to see what happens next year, because we cleared up so much space for the second year of his tenure, that it's kind of hard to see. Like, anything that fails this year, he's always going to be able to say, I needed some placeholders to get to this point where we can go after some big names, make some big moves, and have the money to spend. Yeah. And he wouldn't be wrong. My only question is, the devil sometimes better than the devil you don't. Everything is a risk. If we made all these moves and sold out all these pieces to get this younger, and we just end up still being mediocre, how do we rank them? That's what I look at.
Can I ask like a real quick question of both of y'all though? Because this was on my mind yesterday. So I just noticed. Say that the Bears don't make any moves like this year.
That's their
Step
last
back, draft who y'all gonna draft.
signing. What's his name is their last big move.
Uh,
Signing Ogunjobi is their last big move.
yeah. Are you okay with Ryan Poles going into his second year and Justin Fields essentially being in his third year, which technically is his proven year, and then now seeing what he has?
Dang,
Even though you still haven't built
James
anything
Daniels
out?
is going to the Steelers. Oh,
Yeah, we announced that right before you got on here.
Mm.
That's why I said you've legitimately lost help for Justin. This is the thing, right? I knew coming into this free agency, into this period, into this season, that the Bears didn't have much. We could all see that. We watched it on the field, game in and game out. There wasn't much that we were excited about every game. Maybe Robert Quinn breaking the sack record. Okay, cool. Maybe Roquan Smith slamming somebody on their neck. Yeah, I'm saying couldn't get excited about the cornerback room because the one cornerback you think had some talent was paired up with dudes that was us and basically just got torched every single play. And so you never even saw them
We got 35 yards for you.
I got 35 yards for you, bro. No, they did not. They didn't have 35 yards for you. That's the problem. So, like, you came into this knowing that you were nowhere near where you needed to be consistently successful in the NFL. There's always that hope, right? There's always that hope of, like, you can go worse. You're the Chargers or you're the Bengals or you're the, like, there's always that hope because football is a sport like that. Like, legitimately, right? All of a sudden something clicks in Justin Fields' head and he's playing like Deshaun Watson did his rookie year. Guess what? We're going to be a playoff team. We're going to be a contender.
I was leaning to this. You know, here's my biggest thing. We're clearly we're not in a necessary retool. We're kind of like in a somewhat of a rebuild.
We're in more of a rebuild.
I would have felt a lot better had the moves he made immediately showed me that he was trying to make our offense better. Like, at this point, if I'm putting the focus on the Chicago Bears, our offense is going to click. Our defense might be suspect, but our offense is going to click. I would have felt a lot better if he had made a move to get someone on the line or a very dynamic weapon on the offensive end, so we can really see what Justin has. Because as I told people before, Justin could also end up being a casualty of a regime shift and everything like that. And then what's the excuse going to be?
Yeah,
everyone's like, we put a good QB coach there and all that stuff. I get that, but it's a lot of moving pieces, and it's so much that goes into making a football team successful. He could still end up being a very mediocre QB simply because of the not having enough weapons or the right pieces there. What happens then?
Yeah, nah, that's hard, but that's ultimately
the question comes in. Do you, and we're a long way away from that, right? But if the scenario like that plays out, you almost have to ask the question: do you believe he actually can play, and you failed him, or do you believe that he doesn't have the talent to play in the NFL? Because those are two very different things, right? Like, for some reason, the Giants really believe Daniel Jones can play.
We went out and got our guards.
Listen, he's going to have a chance to prove. They think that they failed Daniel Jones. They don't think that Daniel Jones can't play. So they're going to give him that opportunity. And let's be real. What is this? This will be Daniel Jones year 4, right?
Yep.
They're probably going to pay him a team-friendly type deal because they believe he can play. Yep. They believe that they failed him, and they believe that they're the reason he hasn't been successful. So you could absolutely see something like that coming in.
This
is my thing, right? The thing that I don't want to happen is this. So, like, yeah, they get Ogunjobi, nice deal, but then it's just like, you know, I mean, and it's like, man, you said, what is going to, because I think Joe said it the other day that there's going to be a lot of free agents next year.
Yeah.
If the Bears don't feel the correct team, you feel me? It's like, man, you was talking about the other day. Like, what's going to make me come to Chicago?
Yeah. But
essentially, what's going to make me come to Chicago?
I think that's the thing, though, right? Like you're trying to get something to make you come to Chicago. Like, let's be real, right? With the Bulls, different sport, of course, but with the Bulls are in play for a lot of free agents next season.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether they get one is a different story, but they're in play for them because they look good. It's Chicago. They've got a good team. That goes a long way.
Right.
Showing that you're trying to compete, showing that you have talent on this team, a lot of times makes people want to come play with you. A lot of times that's what puts people in a position where they're like, no, hold on. You got Justin Fields balling out over there? Oh, yeah, I'll come play wide receiver for Justin Fields. Oh, you got an offensive line that's moving in the right direction? Y'all need a center? Oh, yeah, I'll sign there. Like the Bears have all this money next season, but one, free agency, you're always going to end up overpaying. And two, if you're not the most desirable spot, why would I come there?
And that's another thing. You hit the nail on the head. You're always going to overpay in the market because guess what? Free agency, guess what those agents are, accounting for? Those new deals, especially in football, where that cap is going to go up, there's going to be more money on these teams. They're trying to make sure that they secure deals now so that their clients don't feel like they got robbed once that money hits. So you're going to overpay. But guess what? That's the name of the game. Like at this point right now, the NFL is starting to look a lot like the NBA. And they should. These players deserve to get paid. I mean, I honestly feel like these players deserve to get paid. Good, bad, or ugly. It's a lot of wear and tear. They deserve to get paid.
I like seeing more money on the guarantees. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, they deserve to. I'm not gonna lie about it. We don't have to like the individual players. Some of them are better than others, but the physical toll on their bodies, some of these people can't even walk straight the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pay these people. I'm for that. I'm for them getting the bag. But we got to stop acting like we need to hold on to this purse because people spending money. They spending big checks.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey, me and Pat was texting about it yesterday. Hey, bro, the Jags.
Yeah, I wanted to get into that, right?
Jags said, F this coin. Hey, we want you and you. Come here. Hey, guess what? That's the league now.
Sunshine got weapons.
Here's the thing, though.
Now.
Here's the thing, though.
In the bag.
Is that going to work?
It's the flavor of the season.
They've put. I mean, what you can say is the best team that you could put around Trevor. He's got an offensive line now. He's got weapons. He's got a tight end.
They got their receivers.
He's got a running back. He's got his best weapons. But here's the thing, right? In that same sentence, we just saw the Browns do this 3 years ago. In that same sentence, we've seen teams go all in with the bag. The Rams are really the first team to make it work.
Yeah, but I feel like the difference with that is Baker and Odell just never.
Baker's injury changed that whole trajectory to me.
But even before that, though, that was kind of like
before that they were above average team. You know what I'm saying? They got to the point where they were above average, and it's about building that team together. I think that team never wanted to build together either. But like you've seen teams throw money at the wall and get the names, get those guys in there, get those big name players. We've seen that a ton, but it rarely results in a team going all the way for a championship. Like you think about it, right? Like even if you look at the Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the players on that championship squad, the Buccaneers already had.
Right.
Now, of course, you get Brady, changes the game. You get Gronk in there, Brady's favorite target. You bring in AB on a team-friendly deal. But Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, a lot of those names, like they already had, like they really, if you think about it, they really didn't spend the bag to get their Super Bowl. They just got Brady.
Yeah. And another thing I
everybody
will
else
say,
they signed was like
everybody. And Brady took a very friendly deal, $50 million over 2.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like everybody they signed, it was like, no, give me a little bit of money, give me a little bit, and we're gonna go get this chip.
Hey, but the other thing I will say about Baki, and this is what I want people to understand, right? So last year, would you say Sunshine was basically on the same trajectory as Justin. They was both bad, but we both agreed that they can play. The difference is, what's his name? Shad Khan. Shad Khan. Is that how you say it? Yeah, Shad Khan and Doug Peterson was like, look, he can play. We got money. Let's get his tackles. He can play. We got money. Hey, let's go get his tight end. Let's go get his wide. And to his credit, they've done that. That defense is still intact. Now you add an Aiden Hutchinson. Now, the Jags look ready to go on paper. They just need Trevor to take that step. The Bears, on the other hand, you got the money. You sat back.
Yeah, it's one of those, right, where like spending the bag. Like I don't want the Bears to hold on to the money either. Like you got the money, spend it. You know what I'm saying? I'm always confused by those teams where it's like we're set $60 million under the cap.
We're taking this money to the grave. What?
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always confused by that because I'm like, go get a player. Like that, the money doesn't help you win on the field. But I get it if you feel like this is the thing, right? It's about if you feel like you're in contention for those players that aren't available yet. That's why you keep money for the following years. That's why you keep money for the following years. You feel like, oh, next season Deshaun Watson is going to be available. We need to clear cap space so that we can get Deshaun Watson in here. We need to do that right now. You know why? Because he changes us right now. And they're not going to change us. So, like, I feel like that's always the weird thing. Like, when Muzz just like, yeah, I'm holding on to it. It's like, well, ain't nobody coming there. You might as well spend it. What player are you waiting on? What like I get paid like pay a for real player. Don't do it like the Bulls did, where they were just like, yeah, we got to pay somebody. Felicio $80 million 4 years. I don't do that either, but some minor signings here. Linebacker Eldon Roberts signing back with the Dolphins on a 1-year deal, $3.25 million on his contract. The Patriots have also re-signed James White. Per sources, Bill Belichick and I are very much in a line on running backs, so he could re-sign James White, and James White absolutely not play. like Bill is so weird with running backs. Hey, I feel like Bill be trying to keep Muggs humble. He'd be like, "What'd he run for yesterday? He ran for 3,000 yards in a single game. Oh yeah, sit him. What? Yeah, that's the last news there. We had the JD McKissick news. So another question for you guys. As we're coming down to this, we're seeing, and we kind of touched on it, we didn't go too deep into it, right? We're seeing right now teams come out of the woodwork late because we had heard. You said what?
Did Miami get better?
Did Miami get better?
No, Miami's taking a step back. The only thing
Miami
did was,
pretty much. I mean, they
the only thing they did was re-sign Mike Gesicki.
Yeah, they kind of the same
to the franchise tag. That was it.
Yeah.
So far, Broncos are winning this offseason.
Oh yeah, you get Russell Wilson. That's a gift.
What? I don't know, dog. The Chargers.
What?
Man, Fam, you get Joseph Day, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Derwin James, the free safety, and Asante Samuel Jr. on the other side of that, mixed up with J.C. Jackson on the Patriots, just like go. Mind you, he was just an All-Pro.
But I'm thinking Mac.
Then you
I don't know
still
what
got,
version of Mac I'm going to get.
Eckler,
He hasn't been healthy.
J.C. Jackson is your backup running back.
Oh, Khalil Mack.
I don't know what version of Mac I'm going to get.
I'll tell you this: Khalil Mack going over there to be the number 2.
Bro, they a problem. They are a
problem. My word is health at this point.
Yeah, Khalil Mack going over there to be the number 2 though.
Russ' injury was he had something going on with his thumb, but Russ was ready to go. So I mean, Russ changes the Broncos.
I mean, they got a nice squad, but the Chargers are loaded.
Hey, is that facts, Ichigo? I'm gonna say it just because I like Buddy Knight. I don't see nothing reported on it. He said Falcons re-signed kicker Young Ho.
Hey, that kicker was cold.
Hey, he really is cold.
He definitely cold.
Re-signed kicker Koo Young Ho.
I'm gonna tell you this. I definitely picked him up on a couple of games. He gave me 20 points. Thank you. So, I don't know what else he was doing. I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. The name is fire. You gotta come with it. So, you gotta come with it.
Shout out to Koo Young Ho, man.
And that's why I keep around.
Cool. Nah, that's his name, man. His name is Koo Young Ho.
It's Ko. Or Koo.
Wow, K-O-O is cool. Japanese. Or no, he's Korean. He's Korean.
But you keep saying Ho.
No, his last name is what is it? Am I tweaking?
It's actually supposed to be Young Way Cool, but that's not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a hilarious joke.
Get me right. I thought that's really how you said his name.
No, dog.
Hold on.
Nah, you tweaking, bro.
Hold on, I thought that's really how you said his name, bro. I've been calling that man that on Madden all year.
hey, kid, hey,
no,
kid,
no, that's definitely how his name is spelled, just like that.
Damn, hey, kid, we'll get into free agency. This man was like, this dude's still kicking. Hey,
hold on,
cool. That's why I keep around.
Hold on, listen. And first off, in Asian cultures, your last name is actually the first. Like Ming Yao was Yao's actually his name. His last name
was cool.
His last name cool, bro.
I ain't buying it, dog. Hold on. What is your
deal? No,
I know what he's trying to say. He's thinking you say the last name first because it's like
the last name first. What that say?
But his name is Young Wei Koo.
Young Wei Koo.
It's supposed to be Young Wei.
Hey man, listen. I can read, dog. Y'all, that's
bro,
like,
listen.
Cool.
Hey, y'all like them mugs telling me.
Can you hear this?
Y'all like
Ricky,
telling me.
I'm Ricky. I'm not talking Young Wei.
Hey, listen. I would call him Young Wei too. You know why? Just like them mugs said. All of a sudden, he's Kofi Coburn. I can read. See what it says on the back of that jersey.
Hey, now
there's definitely another C in that joint. I don't care what nobody say. All right,
CK.
That bad boy.
What you mean? It's the whole CK.
It's the whole CK. They took out that mug. Like, hey,
CK.
I guess the CK is silent. Hey, listen.
First off, Roy said Pat got an F in English. Like, I ain't buying it.
Now that I'm not buying.
Hey, that CK it needs to be enunciated.
First off, Roy, this is not English. This is Korean, I believe. My man's is. This is Korean.
He's from South Korea.
Talking about because in English South Korean. In English, that man's name is absolutely Young Ho Koo.
It is true.
Hey, come on now. Ricky said I'm a professional subtitle anime watcher. Come on now, dog. Listen, we all are.
I'm not. I'm not. I take your advice on that one. Can I tell you this right now? Rob is spot on right here.
Pat trying to get canceled down the road. How am I get
As
canceled
much
for
stuff,
saying the man's
as
name?
much stuff as kids say, I think it's gonna be kid.
How am I get canceled for saying my man's
What
name?
do I say that's gonna get us canceled?
Hey, listen, try and cancel me.
What I say that's gonna get us canceled?
We definitely not gonna get canceled. And you said some stuff. You definitely said some stuff. Hey, this man just be coming straight in talking about murder.
Let me sit up for this.
Hey, there's always that moment, right? There's always
Talking
that moment
about someone's lack of ability to get action does not mean I'm cancelable.
No, I wasn't even talking about that.
Where'd you go there? What the heck? I wasn't even
the
going
last time y'all said, "Oh, you was wilding." It's like, hey, listen, that's on Buddy at the Sun Times.
No, hey,
that ain't my fault. I'm reporting facts.
Hey, you on a whole different thing. He said we know because we heard it pronounced on TV, fam. Yeah, okay. Hey, listen, y'all wasn't listening early enough in his career. I'll bet you that. I bet you when he first came out, they was absolutely like, his name is yeah. What's his name?
We can't say Young Ho. We can't say Young Ho.
Hey, because I remember them early games, my boy. I remember them freshman year Illinois games. Checking in, Kofi Cockburn.
It was definitely Cockburn.
Made
that man change his name. I hope he make it to the league with that one.
He'll be there.
Hey, I hope the Bulls get him. I hope the Bulls get him in the second round. Let's go.
This is Pat right now. And Zach comes down. Oops, the Cockburn.
For sure. Come on, dog. You know I'm going in on that one.
He brings it down strong.
Hey, Tanner, bro, that's his name, man. That's his name. We want to
deep in the hole.
What are we doing?
You in jail.
What are we doing here, man?
That's my man's name, bro.
It is.
How did I get involved with you degenerates?
Nobody went to the dude and asked him how he says it for a whole season.
How did I get involved with you degenerates, man?
Hey,
you
Robert
all
D,
are bad for my
relax, brother. You gotta relax there.
Roy, all right, bro.
Oh man, and don't forget Manscaped. hey, listen. What does Cockburn like to do? Manscaped. Brought to you by Blue Chip.
God. Promo code Breeze for 20% off, dog. Oh God. Man. That was great, dog. That was a funny moment. We got about 40 minutes left in this mug, man.
Hey, no, wait, I can't let this slide.
Oh God,
sponsored by Jergens. Oh God. Oh, my heart hurt. My whole chest hurt.
God, brother. Chat is on one today.
Oh,
hey, the chat is on one. We on one. You know why? Because it's like this is the hard part about free agency, right? This is what mugs don't get. Like
so much dead
free agency. There's so much news happening that you're trying to react to, right? There's so much news happening that it's like, come on, let's have. Okay, we got another one. And then when there's nothing, it's like, okay, there's nothing to react to right now.
Oh God.
So we trying to keep it busting on this one, man.
What are we doing here, man? I don't know. I need to get some more water and coffee. I need my upper and downer at the same time.
Oh my God. The water's the downer for you, my boy?
Hey man, listen. You know, I had a whole nother line there, but I don't want to get us canceled.
Hey, let's keep it.
I don't want to get almost had me. I forgot we're live.
We're live, my boy. Relax.
Oh right man. There. Hey, if I say this, everyone's gonna clip it up and it's never going away.
Is that the commercial for the show?
Oh man, James Daniels, when got the bag? 3 year, 226 million, huh?
Who got it?
I'm just looking at the fact they got 3 years, 26 million.
Yeah. Oh, you talk about Daniels? Hey, by the way, does that here's a question for you. Does that say something about his relationship with Mitch? Mitch and James Daniels reunited.
I've been digging into this. A lot of former Bears have a lot of respect for Mitch. And a lot of them say he's a much better player than he got a chance to show. I saw 4 different interviews with people at different times have kind of said that, and I was just like, there has to be something there.
I think the general consensus with Mitch was that he's a hard worker. He's wants to be better. But like I think once you kind of lose the tight ends and receiver room, it's hard for you to have that leadership. Like when they don't believe you're going to get them the ball, it's hard for you to have that leadership in the locker room. And I think that's what the point that it got to. I know with Jimmy Graham, it got to that point.
Hey, listen. They also weren't put in a position to actually get the ball. Because how many times do we sit there and say, when is this guy going to touch the field? When are these guys going to be open? We said that many times.
The only caveat to that is Mitch did throw some passes where it almost absolutely got some people killed.
Yeah.
Mitch will get you killed, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, listen. No matter.
I never forget.
Hey, no matter what
side, I was like, come on, Mitch.
No matter what side of the fence you on, Mitch will get you killed. Y'all ever heard Steve Smith talk about that?
Yep.
With Jake Delhomme as his QB.
Talk about how he tried to smack the crap out of him?
No. He said, I'll never have, he's like, if you my QB, you know what I'm saying? I ride with you, we'll rock together. You throw me the ball, just don't get me killed. I'm going to go after every pass like a dog. That's what I am. Just don't get me killed. And Jake Delhomme threw a pass out over the middle. Steve Smith said, he was like, I knew I was going to get hit, but I knew I had to make the catch. So he goes up, makes the catch, gets hit, scores the touchdown. Gets up to go high five Delhomme, shoulder won't lift. He said, now we got a problem. Now you putting me in danger. Now you putting my career in danger because you know I'm going to go after that ball. That's what I do. And you put me in a position where I'm finna get my head took off.
I actually want to interview somebody about that. I want to interview. You got to interview a QB about it. How many times did you have an opportunity, but you didn't take it because you didn't want to put your receiver in a bad situation? Like he could have caught it. You know he had the room to catch it, but he would have been in a position where you felt like he was going to get killed, and you went away from it.
I don't think the two are the same, right? Like because if your receiver's in a position where he's going to get killed, now I think it's different. Like if you're on the goal line or something like that. But if your receiver's in a position where he's going to get killed, that means you're putting the football in a position where somebody's in reach of your receiver, which means they probably in reach of the ball as well.
It's some QBs that can thread that needle.
Oh, it's definitely some QBs that can thread that needle. But I like, you know what's interesting? I like how Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams do it because you'll see him like thread the needle, but he puts it in a spot where like Devontae can kind of like duck down as he's catching it, and you'll see like Muzz clap above his head and just run into each other. Like, and so like that's always like I've always noticed that like when A-Rod will do that, he'll throw it. And if he's throwing a dot and he feels like somebody's going to get hit, he'll throw it at the ground. So, like, the only thing you can do, if you hit him now, you're hitting a defenseless receiver.
Yeah. You got to practice that. That's timing. That's coordination. Man, that's DJ J. Jonah comes in. What's up, my man? One of the best DJs in the city.
Hey, that man is practicing every single spot he puts that ball, dog. Like, that man is ridiculous. Robert Diaz facts. Peyton Manning killed Austin Coley's career with 2 hospitals. 2 hospital fam. It's a lot of the mugs where you throw that mug up there, and
Brett Favre has some legendary ones too.
Brett Favre played in a different NFL though. Like they could actually murder you, whether you were down low or not. Like Brett Favre played in a very different era. Like you even now, right? If you throw the ball high and the receiver catch it and you blow him up, you could get called for hitting a defenseless receiver because he's not looking at you.
It's the right
blow his legs out.
It's the right call. I respect it. We want a competitive football. We don't want people dying on the field.
I don't want mugs dying, but I do think there's something.
I think you got to let him land and you got to tackle him. Then you can hit him. I know it's tough, but it would make me feel better. How would you feel if you mid-air, you catch something, someone take your legs underneath you?
Hey, this the thing though. I don't want to play football for that reason. Hey, that's why I didn't want to ever play on offense. What did he say? Why are the Colts stagnant in free agency? Got the most cap space and asleep at the wheel. Straight nose diving into a concrete pool. Well, this is what you got to ask yourself, right? Is it like we said with the Colts? Is it like what we said earlier? Is there somebody next year at quarterback that they're eyeballing?
I keep looking at that play 1,001 times, and I have to admit that was a. I wouldn't say he set him up, but it definitely.
Vontaze did that. Vontaze
did that.
Now I will say that is absolutely a thing though. Mm-hmm. If you and your wide receiver don't like each other, you set them up to take a shot. That is absolutely a thing that we've seen in the NFL for sure. I think I want to say T.O. and McNabb, but I don't know if that's the right one. I think they had
they didn't like each other for sure.
Fam, started off that way. Hey, man, you missed me over the top. What was that? Shut the up.
All right.
I never understood that, though.
I'll run this. All right, chill out.
I never understood being at odds with the people who make you great.
Ego.
I never understood. All right, maybe it's just, you can say manipulative or whatever. But if you're pivotal to my success, I don't have to like you. But we definitely got to have a good working relationship. Yeah. Because, I mean, as a QB, if you're my best receiver or one of my best receivers, dog, I mean, your success is my success, especially on the stat sheet. Especially on the stat sheet. You score a touchdown, guess who get the touchdown?
Hey, I get a teddy. He wasn't looking at it like that, though.
It's one of those things, right, where you feel like, you think about it, right, like Jay Cutler and Brandon Marsh used to go at it, and B. Marsh even talked about on the show. By the way, outside of this, B. Marsh got the best show on TV. It's not even on TV. B. Marsh has the best show on the market.
Bro, that man Chad make that show hilarious.
Oh my God, Chad makes that show great, dog.
Chad is
hilarious. Got Pat McAfee show up there.
Chad's viewpoint on life. I think our show's more similar to the Pat McAfee show. So like I put us more comparable with them, but like just shows I love. Like I can go back and watch our show. I'm gonna rewatch this and be cracking up. But Chad, to me, because his viewpoint on life is just so like different from every other person in the world, legitimately. Like there's very few people I think that think like Chad Johnson, where like, nah, bro, like eating McDonald's is absolutely healthy for you,
bro. And you know he gonna get that McDonald's point at every rib. It don't matter what he gets.
And no, that's the thing. He's dead serious,
bro.
Do you want to know why eating McDonald's for him is healthy, especially during his playing days? Because of his body fat ratio. His body fat is so low, he needs stuff like that.
He was explaining it like that, though.
No, but what I'm saying is,
those athletes absolutely need that type of like fat and stuff like that, with how much weight they cut and stuff like that. They absolutely need it.
But what I'm saying is, no other player, even players built like Chad, don't think like that. Like Chad legit says, I can make you be in great shape. You can eat whatever you want. No other player, like Joel Embiid, thinks like that, and we're all like, that's gonna catch up to you one day. and even Joel was like, yeah, I had to slow down on the Big Macs.
He was eating 2-3 a game.
Hey, bro,
that's different. Okay, 2-3 a game is different.
Fam, it was a Christmas Day game. They like cut to like a preview. Hey, bro, he was getting a massage, bro, and like going ham on a burger while watching anime.
Do you know how much food you have to eat to get 11,000 calories, dog? I put myself on a 5,000 calorie diet because I wanted to bulk at one point. Every day. Do you know I was almost throwing up every day with the amount of food I was eating to get to 5,000 calories? 5,000 calories.
I tell you what. You can get there a lot easier if you eat McDonald's.
I would have to eat like 8 Big Macs to get 11,000 calories.
No, but see, this the thing. He only eat breakfast. He don't. I don't think he eat nothing else. I think he said he get pancakes
on the show.
You said what?
They eat on the show.
I know, yeah. He's like, I don't really eat nothing else.
Dog, the Muzz crack. That's all that he to me makes that show so great. On top of B Marsh and did y'all? Hey, shout out to them, man. Just since we talking on it, how many calories is in your petty juice? Hey,
1,800.
Hey,
1,800.
What you?
Oh no, you made it weird. Oh, how you gonna make it weird, Pat? Oh, now I gotta take it down. You made it weird.
Hey, bro, when that man, they just had Dion on the show, and Dion was talking about who the best. They asked him like, who would you go to? Who would you double out of Chad and Brandon? Who would you and Chad and Brandon both have always said, listen, you doubling me. Hey, Dion was like, now I got to double him. You going to have to beat me. Fam, it crushed me, Marsh. I felt so bad. Hey, it crushed him, dog. He was like, Dion said it. I'm arguing.
Because you know they got to get that in.
Bro, that man said, Prime said it. How I'm going to argue that? What I'm going to say? Like,
I think Chad would have cooked Dion.
You said who?
Chad would have cooked Dion.
Absolutely not.
Dion was different.
No, he already explained. Hey, at the beginning,
Dion said he was gonna run a double at him. What you mean?
No. At the beginning of the episode, he explained it.
Yeah, they ask a question usually to defensive players, like if you had both of them on the field at the same time, who would you double? B Marsh or Chad? Like, who do you fear beating you
Ricky,
on the line more? And so he's like, well, if I got to double one, I'll double Chad because I feel like you're going to have to beat me. So it's not like he's saying, like, I think Chad is more of a threat. He's more of a threat in the situation of them too. You know what I'm saying? But I say this about it. I give Brandon Marshall credit. He stood his own because Dion absolutely was standing there and then stepped his foot back. And B Marshall's like, you backing up already. Look at you. You don't know what to do. I was like, okay. I like the cockiness of B. I like seeing B Marsh do well, bro. I like seeing B Marsh.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But I think at the beginning of the episode too, like him and Chad lined up. He was like, "What are you talking about? I'm blowing up." And that's the color thing about Dion. He was like, "Yeah, nah, I'm blowing up whatever route you running, just because I can tell by your feet already. You not."
Hey, now the best one. Hey, Chad be holding some stuff too. That man said, "Hey, everything back there, we ain't worried about nothing back there. So you got 15 yards." He's like, all right. So I don't know, dog. I don't know. Dion was different, bro.
Dion was pure confidence. That's what it was. That pure confidence is infectious. And when that's just who you are,
you can back it up though.
Nah, yeah.
Dion ain't cash a lot of checks he couldn't, or Dion ain't write a lot of checks he couldn't cash.
In today's league, you think he still locks down the same way? Because I went back and looked at a lot of Dion. He did a whole lot of holding. So I mean, like, hey,
listen.
He did a whole lot of holding that they are absolutely called now. I'm not saying he ain't great. I mean, Prime is one. I consider Prime the best NFL player I've ever played. To me, it's Prime.
No, Bo?
I don't think I disagree with you.
Nah, not Bo. Prime.
Bo Jackson.
Even if you sit there and have a discussion about it,
he affected the field on so many.
Look how long it's been, and we still saying he's one of the best. One of the best I've ever played. Like he's top 3 easy.
I will say that's the one thing that I don't fall because I feel like Madden get a lot of stuff wrong, but the fact that they have him because on Ultimate Team they actually have a card where he actually plays offense, which I'm not mad at because he absolutely did that.
He could play. He could play receiver. He was a great kick returner. He was a great
Whatever you
cornerback.
asked him to do, he was killing that mud.
The man played right field for some reason in the middle. Like it's just like, what the heck is going on over there?
That's just wild.
I don't know if I disagree with you, dog. Like, of course, to me, like Tom Brady's the GOAT, but it's because of the rings he won. But on like the talent standpoint,
it's like the Michael Jordan and LeBron statement. LeBron is a more talented player from the skills. Well, he's a more talented player. I mean, 30,000 points, 30,000 rebounds, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists. He's affected the game in so many ways. And you can go through era changes, whatever, but you can't deny the talent of LeBron James. But he's not the GOAT. The GOAT is always going to be Mike for me. And there's a strong case. There's just a different level of dominance.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice is over prime.
Nah,
they had some great battles.
Man, they had some great battles. I wish Jerry was more out. This is the thing, right?
Jerry cook prime?
Oh, yeah.
You said, did Jerry cook him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a difference between cooked and having a good game.
Not cooked. Nah,
I'm not gonna say he like filleted him.
Because Jamar Chase cooked Jalen Ramsey. I don't care what nobody say. He cooked Jalen Ramsey.
Hey, multiple times, dog. If the Bengals win that game,
he got cooked a couple times.
Absolutely the culprit.
And the crazy thing is, they were showing that man stats, and he was like, "Yeah, he really hasn't given up nothing all season." And then you wait till the Super Bowl to do it.
You know what Deion said that was interesting to me though? He said, "My battle's not with you. My battle's with your quarterback."
Yep.
You're just there. Right. I know everything you're gonna do already. And if your quarterback doesn't put the ball in the perfect spot, I'm taking it the other way.
He knew the routes.
He knew everything. He still be calling out people route.
But that's the difference between those. People get involved in the one-on-one matchup and trying to be there every step. But if I know the route and I know where you're supposed to be and I beat you to that spot, it don't matter all the extra stuff you're doing. You got to be in this spot for this route. That's a different mount. That's a different mental game. Bro. That's a different.
I do be thinking though when they be picking the X and the Z receiver though, I feel like B Mar's feelings be hurt because like everybody be picking Chad for that mess, and then the one time he was like, because they had Darrell Revis on the show, and Darrell was like, bro, the only time this man cooked me is when I pulled up because my hamstring got hurt. That was the only time this man cooked me. Now Chad, that's a different story. But Brian, he really couldn't touch me. Oh
no, you know what the thing is with B Marsh though? B Marsh was so physically imposing.
No, he was bro.
And he had great hands and was a good route runner. Chad Johnson,
he was crazy. Chad was all in the feet.
All the feet.
I'm open.
It was all in the feet. It was absolutely just like he could like if you watch Chad run some route, like he really could run a route in a phone booth. Like that's how good his feet were, like how he moved, how he adjusted and stuff like that. So like that, it was so quick. My favorite thing is, bro, you know what had me watching Chad Johnson highlights yesterday? The fact that Deion said that he cut with the wrong foot. So he would make his cuts, he would make his routes, and it would be on the wrong foot. And I had to go back and watch. And dog, it's definitely a bunch of highlights where, like, you know, if you running and you're gonna make a cut, you cut with your
opposite foot.
What would it be? Your inside foot. No, your outside foot to go left.
Outside foot, opposite foot.
Your outside foot to go left. Or to go, or whatever direction it is. And you would watch Chad sometimes, and Chad would absolutely like turn with his inside foot and take. You'd be like, how you even? I was standing up legitimately like, that don't even feel right. Like that's not even a natural motion.
Because he don't plant his whole foot. It's just the tip of his foot. He runs on his toes.
Hey, even so, dog, like
He runs like a cheetah. You ever
Like,
saw?
if I-
Bro,
like,
Chad was crazy, bro.
Yeah, but if I run here and I cut here and I plant with this leg and still got the explosiveness, that's crazy, dog. Like, like it's not like he was losing speed on the cut either.
Interesting thing, he could not have done that if he was 20 pounds heavier.
No, I don't disagree with that. I think the thing with Chad is one of them that he didn't win enough for us to call him, but Chad really is a freak of nature. Like Chad is legit,
bro.
The way he springs off is just unhinged. The only other person I know who runs like he does is Julio Jones, and it's a mild version.
Yeah, Julio don't cut like that.
Nah, Chad was just different, bro.
Flowers to Chad Johnson, man. I'm glad we get a chance to give him his flowers in, man. But flowers to Chad Johnson, because that man was, and it makes me sad when you see like think about it. A lot of our best receivers didn't get. A lot of our best receivers didn't get the job done from our era. Didn't finish off. Didn't even make it that far. Like Chad Johnson never been out of the first round.
Andre Johnson.
Calvin
Johnson. Yeah, bro.
They've never won playoff games. Chad might have won a play. He might have won one.
No, he didn't.
He never won one.
Randy never won one.
Nah, he didn't.
Won. Randy Moss went to the Super Bowl.
Randy won like 3.
Randy don't have no rings. What y'all talking about?
He don't have no ring.
Well, I know he don't have no ring, but I thought he was talking.
I'm talking about winning in the playoffs.
Oh, I mean, he was with Tom Brady. He broke a record, but I mean, still.
But like you think about like that generation of hey, he get to be cocky about that one.
Hey, dog, that's the only thing like I can gladly say like I will die on. Like we beat Brady twice, bro. And there's not a lot of people that can say that, bro.
There's no one else.
There's no one else.
And it was Eli.
It's just Eli. Eli was dotting that man up.
It was Eli. Oh man.
That's like think about like dog. That's crazy to me when you think about it. Like the receivers I remember most, minus like T.O. Dang near none of them made it out of the first round. Maybe a couple of them. Like it's really just Moss and T.O.
Yeah, bro. I mean, but I feel like we don't even do that with the running back. So like Fred Taylor was absolutely just, but that man was a problem. Fred Taylor was absolutely a problem. And Muggs just, I feel like we do need to start giving more Muggs their flowers though. We really do.
Yeah. Because
it's just like we don't go back and watch tape to see like how good these Muggs actually was. Like they absolutely have the.
You can tell when me and Kid go back and watch tape because we come on the next show and be like, you know who was cold and nobody talk about him?
Yep.
I mean, but that's the same thing with Darrelle Revis though. Like Darrelle, bro, they have on YouTube. If you look up like Darrelle Revis highlights, bro, they have that whole season and that whole stretch where he just Andre Johnson 1 catch, 30 yards.
I'm gonna say this.
Calvin Johnson, bro, like Muggs.
Eli may have beat him twice, but Foles beat him off the Philly special. I'm sorry.
2-1.
Foles looked at that man was like, huh?
Foles beat him with a play that he ran, but that he stole for next Super Bowl.
Right. You stole that from
but here's the question. Here's the question when it comes to like which Tom Brady loss is the best win for the other team. He lost to the Chiefs. Lost to the lost to the Chiefs. Lost to the Eagles lost to the Giants twice. Those is 4 losses, right? Been to 10 Super Bowls, no.
You got 7.
Been to 11 Super Bowls.
1-7.
And won 7.
That's crazy.
It's
a 17-0 for me, man.
I think it's the it's stopping the perfect season.
Because
stopping the perfect season, and you got to think about it, if Eli doesn't beat Tom, even if Eli has 2 rings, it's the fact that he beat Tom that he's even still relevant.
Fam, Tom Brady in his doc, he said, even though we didn't win the chip that season, that was probably the best overall team in NFL history that nobody's going to talk about because we lost. And that like legit irks his soul to this day. Because nobody, bro, you really
nobody was stopping that team. That team was steamrolling.
The way he explained it in the doc was like, bro, nobody could really stop us offensively.
That team was steamrolling. I have to agree with that.
Like,
is it better than the Miami team though? Because the Miami team had a perfect season, right?
That is better than the Miami team because of the defense.
Yeah,
you gotta remember that. The defense was elite.
Hey, listen,
like
73-9 is better than 72-10. It don't mean crap if you ain't got a ring though.
It don't mean a thing.
but they didn't get a ring. Miami didn't win.
Do I?
So what?
But no, they did.
Miami did win. They still celebrated. They gonna celebrate till they die at this point.
But I mean,
a couple of them have. So unfortunately, you know.
Hey, before we get up out of here, we got about 8 minutes left. Wasn't nothing crazy, but a possibility here. You sent the video into the chat. Rumor out there that the Bears could be sold with the news that Virginia McCaskey, unfortunately, is getting even more ill, dealing with some health issues there. And if she were to pass, the Bears could be sold because the family dealing with some turmoil on the inside on whether, like, who gets what percentages and stuff like that.
I'll be honest with you.
Do you see that happening? When, I mean, for me, knowing that, like, that's the only income, I would be confused. Like, y'all better figure this out. Like, now, granted, you're probably getting like $8 billion off of it. So
it's at least a minimum of $6 billion if they sold. Just because of the market and things like that. You don't see teams in major markets get sold, and we are a major market. I honestly would feel like the only reason I don't know what the percentages are. I really tried to look up how many people within that family would supposedly get pieces. And I mean, I hate to dig into people's lives like that, but just because it relates to sports, we're talking about people being in the hundreds of millions of dollars if they were to sell. So it ain't cheap. Like, these people still will be broken off multi-generational wealth from this opportunity, and to think it only started with $100, which is wild to me. I see people being bought out. I think somehow
that's what I figured. Yeah, that's what I figured, because they do have a partner who's essentially, I don't remember Buddy's name.
It's Kanye.
Who?
It's Kanye.
This man.
You're the partner. It's Kanye. He finna battle Bears. He finna battle Bears and move them right next to Cam.
No, the interesting thing is, like, there is a partner on the team that essentially is a big chunk of the money, who's an owner as well. Now, the McCaskies are a majority owner, but I think he's not too far behind them. I think he owns like a bunch of stuff in tech, Pat something. But he, to me, if he were to buy him all the way out, that would be interesting. Or if they were to try and buy out, if one of the brothers were to try and buy out the remaining shares.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like I can see George trying to buy out the remaining shares, maybe, or something like that. But the question for me with it is, if they do sell, who's that owner? that you want to see come in and buy the team?
Then
Jeff?
Mad Money's in the comments saying, "Yay."
Bezos?
Yep.
I feel like Bezos ain't a sports fan. So
Wait, time out though. If Ye actually bought the Bears, like they not staying there all the time.
Ye ain't got that money. Hey, listen, Ye got a lot of money. Ye ain't got $8 billion. He would have to come in with such a conglomerate group that he would, like, when everybody's talking about Ye and AB buying the Bears, AB's not the big chunk of money in that.
The minority percentage that AB would have would be equivalent to a year's salary of someone playing today on the field.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even worth it.
Wait, but why would
Ye would include AB on some, like, oh, that's my boy. Give him a cut too.
Well, you got to think about anything. Kanye is let's all right. I got to break this down for you real quick. Kanye is worth $19 billion in assets. It's not actual cash.
Yeah.
So he would have to sell off a lot of his ownings to do that. And owning a sports team for a while is a losing bet. So it's going to be a lot more of an infusion of cash before you see a return on it. You are looking at someone who's in the upper hundreds of billions or closer to that upper hundreds of billions situation. All right. Upper 100 billion situation to actually be in a position to buy outright, that organization, or at least buy out those shares. Bezos is in a much better situation. Huh?
Cuban's an interesting one for me.
No. Cuban ain't got the coin. Well, hold on. Let me not say he don't have the coin.
Well, anybody who's coming in is probably coming with a group, I would think.
Yeah, anyone worth billions of dollars would be in that conversation. But like, I see it being like the buddy who bought the Clippers. He was worth a hey. My man had coin.
Hey.
Like,
those kind of guys crack me up, right? Because they be like, "Oh, well, what made you buy the team?" Well, I saw a money making opportunity. I just wanted floor seats. What? there were cheaper ways to be at the game, brother, like season tickets. Oprah. If Oprah buys the Bears, I'm done with football. Listen.
Like Steve Ballmer was worth, I think, $70 billion when he bought a $1 billion team.
Yeah,
so you got to look at it like that. Like, does he have, $70 billion in cash? Of course not. That'd be the dumbest thing in the world for him to do. But could he find a way to get $1 billion if he had to? Absolutely. He could have paid, he even had a line of credit that would have given him that, because he's worth nearly $100 billion. So like, it works differently that way. If we're talking about an individual buying it, I do see a group buying it. And if I'm George, I'm not letting the team go, to be honest with you. I'm not going to sit there like we can work this out, but
it's also about, do you have enough to buy it out? Like, if you can't come to a family agreement, you still got to have the money to buy the rest of your family out.
Because the other people could sit there and sell their ownership stake to someone else.
They could sell it. They could be so petty. And listen. Y'all think we're petty? Millionaires are petty. Billionaires got nothing else to do but be petty. So, like,
I wonder how is that split? Is it split 4 ways or 5 ways?
It would just be split between the kids and the other ownership guy.
Yeah, but like, how many kids is this? It's 3 kids.
Just 3. I think it's just 2, because one of them died.
2.
So who do those shares go to? Hey, that's a whole creative accounting thing we got to figure out on the flip side.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another show as always, man. No real free agency moves that were like crazy today. Watch soon as we get off the live. Bears sign
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson traded to the Chicago Bears. Hey, we back.
Hey, PK, we getting back on this right now. What I did,
Hey, but I told you all this off top. I would trade Justin Fields for Deshaun Watson. And
he did say that. Heartbeat. I just don't see it happening, but
I know it ain't gonna happen. But I would have done it. I would have done it in a heartbeat. I would have traded him for Russell Wilson in a heartbeat. Heartbeat. Wouldn't even been a thought. Russell, trade Justin. Trade. Who else you want? Mac, Justin Fields. Who else you want? Boom, get out of here. We gotta go. All right? We gotta go. Hey, listen, love you. Peace.
Hey, man, as always, this is your boy Pat the Designer, joined by the pettiest man alive, Mr. P. Kid, and of course, the man formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan the Don. Hey, yo, Chicago. We got more content dropping today, man. And go check out Kid's latest video. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Peace.
Peace.